Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. I want to talk to you today about professionalism in the pressure washing industry. So I've been running a pressure washing and gutter cleaning business for the past 4+ years, and I will say that one thing I see a lot is a lot of unprofessional activity and actions by other pressure washing companies that market themselves as a professional exterior cleaning company, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no law that says you can't market yourself that way, but I think that we are missing a lot of opportunity. And I feel like if you're watching this channel and you are trying to be better every day, I would say that you're not who I'm talking about. If you are watching this channel because you want to start a business and you haven't done these unprofessional actions yet, you're not who I'm talking about. But if you can identify with a few of these things, I would highly recommend that you take a moment and reflect on what are you doing? What are you trying to do? What is your goal on having this business? Because there's a lot of things that I see that just really don't make sense to me. So I'm going to go through my top 5 things that I'm seeing out there that you guys just need to stop doing and really evaluate what your business is supposed to be and what you're bringing to your customers. Number 1, first and foremost, not showing up when you say you're going to. I hear it a lot from my clients is that someone else was going to come out and then they just ghosted them. They didn't call, they didn't show, they won't answer the phone, and it's infuriating to customers because sometimes they're waiting a couple weeks and then the person they called to pressure wash just never shows up. So that tells me that this is not someone's main job. This is something they do on the side, and life came up and it's not important to them. So if you guys are serious about this, make sure that you are showing up to your appointments and communicating to your clients when you're going to be late or if you have to reschedule. Most of the times, if I have to reschedule an appointment, people are super cool about it. But it's just that communication in advance. I'm not going to be able to come out on the 27th. Can we go ahead and do this on the 29th? And they're usually pretty okay with it. Another thing that I will say is I don't give specific times for when I'm going to show up. I actually will give an arrival window. So, you know, I'll start with 9 to 11, then I go 11 to 1, 1 to 3, and then 3 to 5. Now, I don't do the 3 to 5 that much during the winter time, just because it gets dark super early. So if I'm running behind, I can't show up to do a job at 5 o'clock. But if I am running ahead of schedule, I might end up getting home a little closer to 4:30 if I show up to my last job at 1:30, 2 o'clock. Number 2 that I see being done a lot is hello as an answering of your phone. When I answer my work phone, I answer Steps Pressure Washing and More. This is Jeremiah. How can I help you? And the reason why I do that is because I want people to understand when they called that number, the first thing that they hear is they did in fact get the company that they were calling for. And now they know who they're speaking to. A lot of this stuff is just dumb stuff that you did at other jobs that you said, I don't know why they make us do all this stuff because it just doesn't help anything. But it really does. It helps the security of the customer. It helps them understand that their business is valued because they don't have to play a runaround game with you. I called somebody just this week trying to coordinate some painting for a client, and every time I call them, they answer the phone, hello. And it drives me insane. The first thing I say to them is I say, is this so-and-so at such and such company? And they go, it is. I say, okay, well, this is Jeremiah from Steps Pressure Washing and More, and I'm looking to do this. Customers don't want to play runaround games. So if they call a company, they don't want to have someone say hello. And they say, oh, I'm looking to get a quote on pressure washing. And they say, I don't have any idea why you called me. This is a private number. I don't do pressure washing. because that's what it sounds like when someone answers the phone, hello. It sounds like it's a private number. So find out what you want your script to be and stick to your script every time that work phone rings, even if you're sure it's going to be spam. Answer the phone, name of your business, your name, how can I help you? It makes a huge difference in the professionalism of your company. Number 3, understanding your craft. Being a master of your craft is a huge thing I see not being done out there. It does take time to learn how to do this business. A lot of people will go out, and there's no shame in it. It's just, it's ignorance. And they will go out and they will do high pressure washes on a house. Or they will go out and they will put their, downstream injector dipstick directly into an undiluted SH container. And they have no idea what the ratio is coming out on the other end, but it's working, so it must be okay. And then they end up killing plants and oxidizing the house and bleaching out stained wood nearby because they're using a 3 or 4% and have no idea that they're doing it. Now, that might be an exaggeration. 3-4% might be a little higher than what you can get out of a downstream injector. I think my downstream injector kind of tops out at 1.87%. But I know that because I have made an effort to master my craft. I have made an effort to learn how to downstream safely and effectively. And if you guys aren't sure, I'll put a link up here in the top that will kind of walk you through step by step how to downstream a house. I see a lot of my loyal customers that have come from someone coming out and killing all their plants, or someone coming out and leaving Zorro marks on their oxidation that it's not washing off. That's got to be hand scrubbed. And they just don't want an unprofessional company to come out and do the work on their house. Number 4 things that I'm seeing out there is an unprofessional attire. And this is something that even if you're not an established company, you can dress like you're an established company. I started day 1 with a button-up polo and a pair of black shorts, and I eventually turned them to white shorts because they got bleached out, and a little bit of understanding what bleaches out and what doesn't. So when you arrive to your first job or your second job or your fourth job, you're not showing up in bleached out clothes and a cut-off t-shirt that is the most comfortable thing you don't care about. You should have a uniform. I was showing up in my first couple years in a 20-plus-year-old Chevy Blazer pulling a 5x8 trailer. I did not have the most professional equipment in any way, shape, or form. But what I did have is I had a professional mindset. I showed up on time. I answered my phone in a professional manner, and I understood the process of what I was doing so that I was actually doing a good job and being effective in taking care of their property. And that made a world of difference. I have a lot of repeat clients from my first couple years that didn't care that I didn't have a brand new truck or a nice rig or the biggest tank in town. It was all about mindset, and that's what kept them calling me back year after year. And number 5, and I'm not trying to attack anybody out there getting their start, because I understand it's very hard to set your prices when you are first getting started because you don't know how much to charge. I would advise you to call some of your competitors and see how much they're charging per square foot, see how much they would charge for your house. But number 5 is don't undercharge. And that is a thing that I know a lot of people really harp on. But if you are undercharging your customers, you are coming across as somebody who is possibly not going to do a good job. Even if you understand your craft and you show up on time and you do all of the things, you are not only underselling yourself, but you are giving the image of someone just starting out who has no idea what they're doing and and you're just charging $99 or less. I see all sorts of stuff out there, guys, and I don't know how you're making profit, and the answer is you're probably not. If you're charging $75 to $80 for a house wash, you're probably not making much profit by the end of the month. And charging what the industry charges, keeping your prices competitive, yes, but don't be underpricing the entire market to the point where you look like you are not a professional company. If you guys found this to be helpful or entertaining at all, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel out a lot. We are still growing, and I'm hoping to hit 1,500 subscribers by the end of November. And I really, really appreciate you guys watching. If y'all have any questions, also pop that down in the comments, because I'd love to do a few of the videos about things that our viewers want to see, and get those set up coming out in the next few weeks. Well, either way, I hope you guys have a great day, enjoy your weekend, and y'all be safe out there.